What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Juice Bundles. We back again, and this is the sound of hip hop. Like I said, we back again. The sound of hip hop, the podcast where we improving the culture one episode at a time. Before we get into today's ratings, let's get into our sponsor, Hood Maps LLC. HoodMapsLLC.com is where you get your map today. Look at it. I was told it was 6'7" now. It's not 7 foot, it's 6'7", but that's still tall enough. You know what I mean? Every single city, every single street in LA County. There we go, Long Beach. There we go, my city. Compton. Ooh, a lot of colors. And LA. You know what I mean? It's worth the purchase. If you're an East Coast person with a West Coast situation, holler at him now. HoodMapsLLC.com. He only wants $200 for it. So we're going to jump into another Jooce's ratings. Blocboy JB just came out with a new album called Bacc to the Bloc. And for those of you who don't know who that is, he's a southern type gangster rapper from Memphis, Tennessee. You know what I mean? And you really hear that in this album. You know what I mean? You don't really hear where the Memphis, Tennessee, but you hear it in his voice. You also hear a lot of West Coast because, you know, the little affiliations he has. But I would say that this type of album is, you know, it's that rep your section type of whole project. Like, that's what the whole project's about. You know what I mean? That's what I got from it. And Tay Keith, he produced the whole album, it seems like, with a little help, as you'll see into my Fab Four. And, you know, I kind of like his flow, you know what I mean? And I would label this as like a gangster type projects instead of like a drillish. You hear him talk the drill talk, but when I listen to this album, I get more of like NWA vibes rather than like a King Von vibe. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying by that? So I would say that. Like I said, he's got a nice flow, but I want to say, and it's just in my opinion, his lyrics are not really there. You know what I mean? Sometimes you feel like they might be a little bit, but most of the time they're not. So if you're into lyrics, this probably wouldn't be the album for you. It's just my opinion. And for his feature list, he has ESTG, Pooh Shiesty, Tay Keith, Cash, and Spot 'em Got 'em. I mean, I don't know if you like that list, but, you know, he got some names on there. So we about to get into it. So now let's jump into what I like to call the Fab Four. And for the first song that made my Fab Four is a song called No Chorus Part 13. I haven't heard 1 through 12, but, you know, I'm guessing he probably has that on a few projects. So this is actually the first song on the album, and it's produced by Tay Keith by himself. You know what I mean? And this is my type of track. Anybody who watched these, you know, anybody who watches my podcast, you know, I love the straight rapping through. Like it's self-explanatory, no chorus. And to be honest, probably because of that, this is the best lyrical, you know what I mean, song on the album as far as to his abilities. You know what I mean? He's going straight through, talking about everything, talking about, you know, how he ain't a rat, and talking about certain affiliations, and talking about what he do in the street. You know what I mean? I mean, it's whatever you like to talk about, but I'm just liking it more for the lyrics, and I like the way he's rhyming. Actually, he rhymes right a lot, and the best that he could, and the most on this album. If y'all get into, you know, what I like to call rhyming right, but he rhymes right a lot, more than 2-syllable rhyming. He got a nice little flow to the beat, so this is why I picked this song. I want to say that this is probably my favorite song on the album, so check it out. So for the second song on my Fab Four, we got a song called Devil Calling, and it's produced by Tay Keith and co-produced by DJ JK. Yeah, I said that right. So I really like this song. I kind of like the concept more or less, and I love the mood of the beat, you know, with the song, you know what I mean? And it's basically about, you know, he's talking about the devil calling, and he's talking about, you know, all the stuff that's happening around him to his peoples and in his life, you know what I mean? Basically the devil calling him, not even more or less like calling him to come worship, but like calling him, you know what I mean, to do bad, you know what I mean, because of all the bad stuff that's happening to him. And I kind of like the concept of the song, so that's the reason why I picked this song as one of the. And I really want to say, like, I kind of really liked it. The beat, man, the beat was pretty fire, and it puts you in a certain mood. It was like that was the perfect concept collaboration with a beat. You know what I mean? If that is a thing, so please check it out. So for the next song on my Fab Four, we got a song called "Smoke," produced by Tay Keith and Ivy Beats, and it's featuring ESTG. You know what I mean? And the reason why I really like this, I'm gonna be honest, man. I really don't like ESTG, like as far as lyrically, but the way he wrote this beat, man, I think that's the real reason why I picked this song. Because even though this really, this type of music really isn't for me. It just was a real good feature. It was a real good combined, song. You know what I mean? You know, my boy Block Boy, he did what he did. It was kind of mediocre, but and it was like ESTG just raised that joint. And, they talking about basically like the smoke that's happening, and they with the smoke. I mean that's probably self-explanatory, but the big thing was like that was the perfect feature for him. Like I think they should do a whole album together. You know what I mean? And if you hear the song, you'll listen to what I'm talking about. So please check it out. So for the last song on my Fab Four, it's a song called Day Day and Craig, and this is produced by Tay Keith, D Mac, Two Bangin, YC, and Real Red, and it's featuring Tay Keith as well. I don't know if it really is. I mean, I heard some ad libs, but I just listened to the song right now again, and I don't think I heard him, but maybe he's just really putting them out there for the feature as far as, the beat selection because he did do this whole album and he's really just rapping through his verses, but the hook is about, I think it's more like, he's saying like me and my man, we like Day Day and Craig, and he talking about like on some street stuff too, but I think he's also referring to Tay Keith as his producer. You know what I mean? He the rapper, he the producer. We like Day Day and Craig. You know what I mean? And it's a little beat bopper. It's one of them car jams. You know what I mean? You got the bop to it down the street and all that. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't really think it was lyrically there, but it just was a more or less bop track. You know what I mean? So that's why I picked this, and I liked it, the concept of Day Day and Craig with him and Tay Keith. So check it out. So with all that being said, man, the album, Blocboy JB, and co-produced by Tay Keith. He had a little bit of co-producers, but for the most part, he produced the entire project. Back to the block. And I will say the one thing I did like was that I think he did pick the right features for himself, and I feel as though that his songs have very good timing. You know what I mean? A lot of them were kind of short, but it was like it gave you enough of the song not to get tired of it. So I thought that was, pretty dope, or like a good sight by him to do as far as an artist. And the only thing that I feel like lyrically, I didn't really like this album at all. You know what I mean? I'm a lyricist type dude, but this isn't my type of genre of music as far as in the hip hop realm. And the sounds kind of all sounded the same. Not saying they sound exactly the same, but if you get what I'm saying, like it seemed like if you push play, you know what I mean, and you just listen to the whole album, it's almost like one song because it's like the same sound, talking about the same stuff through the entire album. And that's cool. Like if you a Big L, you could do that. If you a Al B Al, you could do that. And I say Al B Al because I think that he does it with goodness and passion. He's not the biggest lyricist out there, but I do think that he makes the cusp. You know what I mean? And you know what Big L is, but those are two artists that, more or less do that. Like, you know what you're getting from them. You're gonna get the streets, you're gonna get their hood, you know what I mean? You're gonna get their projects. You know what I mean? And that's what you got from him, you know what I mean, his affiliations and how he live his life or whatever, but it was all with one sound, man. And for him to not be that lyrical, for him to not really have no bars with that, that's what was kind of sorely lacking to me. But I did think that his stuff bumped a little bit, like, a lot of his stuff you could listen to in the car. And I think he does know himself a little bit to know who he is. He knows he's not a lyricist, and that's why he picked the features he picked. But at the end of the day, it wasn't horrible, but I gotta give this a C minus. I really want to give it a D plus, but just because of certain things and because I'm trying to take into consideration that this is not my genre of hip hop. I'm not even gonna say it's not my genre of hip hop, but you know, these dudes, they just different nowadays. You know what I mean? Like it's like the lyrical component like really doesn't matter, but I do see that he kind of tried, so I give him a C minus. You know what I mean? I don't think it's D work. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. But I would say that I'd rather, you know, I feel more comfortable giving him a very 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 low C than a D. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, you know what I mean? Let me know what you feel about what I just said or how I just rated his album. You know what I mean? Hit that subscribe button as well. You know what I mean? But hit the comment section to let me know. And please listen to the album first because, you know, you might feel different. So hit the comment section. Please hit the like button. Even if you don't like the video, you know the drill. Hit the like button. And please subscribe to the channel. I got like 2 new subscribers even though I'm new. You know, I'm excited, man. You know what I mean? Keep subscribing to the channel and share the video, especially to the to him and to the fans. You know what I mean? To his fans so they can see what I'm saying. And we know I talk about this stuff all day. We could hit each other in the comment section or whatever. I've been having a few arguments, you know what I mean? Sometimes I have some praises in the comment section. You know, I just like it. It's all hip hop to me. So please let me know what you feel about that. So with that being said, I just rated your boy Blocboy JB. Back to the Block is the album. He got a C minus. It's your boy Jooce Bundles. This is the sound of hip hop, and we out of here.